So in 1871, Frederick Douglass went to the Dominican Republic, or what we know today to be the Dominican Republic. He went there to speak to a specific group of people known as the Samana Americans. Now, the biggest community was in Samana, but they had communities in Puerto Plata and also in Santo Domingo as well. They set up schools, businesses, churches, and made whole communities for themselves. And actually, one of my mutuals is a descendant of the Samana Americans, but I'll let her tell you about it.
One of the most common questions I get asked all the time, it's about my last name. People often assume I am a foreigner. So how did I end up with the last name Howard? During the period of slavery in the US, when slavery was abolished, once the slaves were able to pay for the freedom, they needed a last name. Some chose to keep their last name of their former owners, while others adopted last names such as Washington, Liberty, Destiny, or Hope. For example, Denzel Washington is not related to George Washington. Then, during the time of Jean-Pierre Royer, yes, when the island was all Haiti, in 1824, around 6,000 free slaves came from the U.S. to the Dominican Republic, mainly settling in Samaná and Puerto Plata, my hometown. Their cultural influence is still visible today, especially in the Victorian style houses. And you know what else they brought with them? Yes, their last names. So you're probably wondering why they left the US. Let me put it this way: the fact they were free didn't mean they were treated equally. Actually, it took many, many years for them to attend the same university, sit on the same part of the bus. Plus, back then, there was a theory stating that slavery would go back. Let me know if you knew about this. Comment for part two.
So
Wow, man, you learn something new every day. You learn something new every day. As a guy that has traveled to the DR, it's good to see actually how long black people have been traveling to, been in the Dominican Republic. And by black people, I mean like African Americans, right? Because there's uh, a lot of running narratives about black men, especially traveling to the DR. A lot of people think it's only for sex if they're going to anywhere other than Punta Cana, right? Because Punta Cana, even though there are there are sex workers everywhere, right? All across the world, in every city in the world. But Punta Cana is seen more of like a family destination. A lot of cruise ships stop there and all that stuff. So people don't really say that about that. But when they talk about Puerto Plata, when they talk about Santo Domingo, yeah, well, mainly Puerto Plata and like the Sosúa area, but just guys going to DR in general, they get a lot of flack for it. But it's nice to know that there have been African Americans traveling there for hundreds of years, right? And like they said, at first it was because of the conditions in the states and how slavery had just ended and that stuff was still unfair. So I like this. I like this video. I like that it shows that there are multiple they like black people have been there and we see it today, right? We see black men going there and starting up businesses. We see them going there. Like some guys, yeah, some guys travel for women and travel for love. I'm not saying that's not happening, right? But that's not all it is. A lot of people go for to start their own businesses, to get into real estate, just to get a reset, to escape what's going on here in America, like just like how they were doing back then. So, I like videos like this because it helps change the narrative when it comes to guys going to the Dominican Republic, because I love the Dominican Republic, right? It's actually a place I'm thinking about going to again this year. I actually want to spend a lot more time than I have. I've been on like 4 or 5 day trips, maybe like a few weeks at a time when I do go this year. But that's more so to I want to go out there and like train and get into like a kickboxing gym or a boxing gym out there. They got some good gyms. They got some good gyms out there. They got a lot of great athletes too from the DR, especially when it comes to like baseball. They're really slept on when it comes to their athleticism out there. Obviously the food's great. I love the food. I love the culture, the dance, the bachata. I love that, all that good stuff. Music. It's a lot of great things other than going out there to pay for sex. And I'm glad this video was here to kind of help me Even like I learned stuff from this video. I didn't know since the 1800s, early 1900s, African Americans have been going to the DR. It is a decent sized island. It got Haiti right next to it. I know it's a long history as far as Haiti and the DR as well. And, you know, I'd like to learn a lot more about that as well. A lot of people just think the Spanish and the French came and colonized it, and that's really about it. But it has a lot more to it, man. A lot of countries have a lot more to it than people actually talk about. So definitely glad this video was here. Let me know what y'all think about the history of the DR, or if you know a little bit more about the history of the DR that you think I should know as someone that travels there a lot. Yeah, just let me know what you think down in the comments. As always, love y'all. I'm out.